Hey, what's up everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to this commentary playthrough that I'll be doing for Final Fantasy X, the HD Remaster Edition. And finally, the end is in sight. What we have here are a Tidus, Wakka and Riku that are now ready to take on even the most difficult of Aeons. Well, Dark Aeons anyway. So, how are their stats different from the easier Dark Aeons that I took on? Strength is now maxed, defense is maxed, magic defense is maxed, and luck has been increased. So, as I've said countless times, you're looking at luck of around at least 85 to get you through. The higher the better, but 85 is generally considered a good balance for being able to hit everything and not having to waste too much time. Because I'm only 78 hours in, so, you know, considering that the first save file that I ever had for Final Fantasy X, I think I had around 200 hours and I still hadn't defeated Penance yet. I think this has been a much more efficient playthrough than the first one I ever did. So, using those stats that you just saw and the Celestial Weapons, plus this armor for Riku, that's the perfect armor for non-break HP limit people that want to take on the Dark Aeons. And these guys have the stone-proof alternatives, because I could not be bothered to grind for 99 Dark Matters or defeat Dark Yojimbo over and over again. So, in terms of Dark Matters, from the leveling up that I did, how many did I get? 32. So considering that I need 99 for ribbon, I would assume that by the time you get all of your characters up to speed, you will get at least one more ribbon armor. So for these three, I end up with 32. Okay, so our first port of call is going to be Dark Bahamut. I'm going to follow things in order. So after Shiva, we obtained Bahamut, so it makes sense to fight the Dark counterpart first. And this guy is tough compared to the others. Compared to, you know, Shiva, Ixion, Ifrit and Valifor, this guy is a whole different ballgame. He is very tough. Hopefully once I'm done with today's recording, that should only leave Penance. And once Penance is done, I think I will go around Spira and get all of the Aura and Inject Spheres, and that should pretty much complete everything. And then obviously I'll have to talk about getting the final trophy, which is to do with completing the sphere grid for everyone. And, you know, we've discussed pretty much all of that anyway, but I'll talk about what you need to do for that. And I probably won't show it because it's going to take too much of my time, so I'll probably never actually end up getting the platinum for it. But I'll tell you guys how to do it, because I'm too busy to kind of sit down for another 10-15 hours and just and do it for no reason other than to show you guys a trophy pop up. It's just not worth my time. So that's what I'll be doing. So you want to head to the Zanakan Dome. If you watched the Unalesca episode, after I defeated Unalesca, I made sure I got the Sun Crest, because when you head back up to the place where you fought Unalesca, you have to fight Dark Bahamut, and if you haven't got the Sun Crest yet, you have to defeat him first. So then you might do something silly like resort to Zanmato in order to defeat him. You don't want to do that. Okay, are my items set up? Yep. So I made sure I buy for some healing waters. If you remember, my healing water count was a lot lower for the last one. I have 99 Phoenix Downs. I have plenty of equipment to mix Ultra Null and Hyper Mighty Guard and Trio 9999 as well. So it should be fine. Hopefully I can stay alive. To be honest, the last time I fought Dark Bahamut, I think I had like... I think I had max stats for everything, and I also had 3 ribbon armors as well, so that made my life a lot easier. It's the first time I'm fighting him with Stoneproof only, for 2 of them. So that will complicate things a little bit, but not by much for this battle anyway. Let's get in. Okay, so this is the final place that you can save before heading into fight Dark Bahamut, and it's pretty good because if you do die, it's not going to take too long to set the fight up again. So it's a pretty good place to save, I would say. Okay, let's head in. Everything should be fine. Comrade, yep. Okay. Let's do this. Okay, so here we go. Time to take down the big guy. And I've already said I think he's the best looking of all the Dark Aeons. He just looks really cool. But we do need to be careful with him. He has 4 million HP, 245 strength, 234 defense, 233 magic defense, and 222 magic. And let's add on top of that 102 luck. So he has the 3rd highest luck stat out of all the Dark Aeons. Only Dark Mindy and Dark Yojimbo have higher luck than this guy. So you have your strength at 255, you're feeling pretty good about yourself, so naturally you want to use your overdrives to speed the battle up, but it's pretty useless. So Dark Bahamut's defense is so high that your overdrives aren't going to be doing particularly good damage. Obviously the important thing to note if you watched the last video is that after you attack him 5 times he will come back with Impulse. And since my magic defense and defense are now maximized, he's not going to be able to take me out using Impulse, but you do need to still be careful of it because it does have some annoying effects. So with Ultra Null you're guaranteed to hit him as well, which is nice, if you have over 85 luck anyway. Now if you notice that regular attack went critical, his regular attack has a plus 25 critical bonus, and even at max defense with Protect, if his attack goes critical he will die. So that's why the Ultra Null helps there. It helps to keep it under the quad 9 even if it goes critical. So it's a nice little bonus to have. So everything is fine, but you just need to be careful with the Impulse counter attack. Okay, here it comes. This is classed as a special attack, so if you notice, I have Protect, but it didn't affect the damage that I got, so it's only the stat that you have and whether or not you defend that makes a difference. So now that I've been hit with Impulse, let's have a look at things. Power Break, Magic Break, Armor Break, Mental Break. So we do not want any of those because the next time he uses Impulse, that means he will wipe out our entire party. So you have to be very careful with Impulse. It's not to be taken lightly. So I need to make sure I Dispel so that I don't lose all of my nice positive effects from Ultra Null, because those will not be wiped away. So it will take up a little bit of your time to do this, but it's better to stay safe. And if you're still a lot of healing waters, it's a quick fix to heal as well, unless you want to use a trio of 999. There we go, let's continue. So having Tidus and Waka is good because they can counter attack and do a little bit of extra damage as well. If you notice, the overdrive gauge goes up pretty quickly as well, so these guys cannot survive his overdrive, so that's something that either you have to use auto life for or you have to summon an Aeon to deal with it. The impulse counter also causes petrification, so that's why we have stoneproof on our armors in order to help us out. It also inflicts a delay, and it also afflicts slow. So if you get hit with a slow, and well, the only way you're going to get hit with slow is if you don't have auto haste, and if you get hit with slow, then that means that you're going to be delayed as well. So we need to be careful. So I'm going to summon Aeons in order to take Mega Flare, and hopefully by the time I run out of shield Aeons I'll be able to finish the job. Okay, always love to have an Aeon versus their Dark Aeon counterpart. Mega Flare also has the added annoying property of dispelling positive statuses, like if you don't have auto haste, haste will be dispelled, and auto protect, protect will be dispelled, etc. So it's annoying in that sense as well. It's also a special attack, so the only way to reduce it is like with the Aeon's shield or by defending, but I think it does affix 40,000, so your characters will need at least a good 20,000 to survive it. Okay, let me make sure Yuna doesn't get stuck in the front line here, because if if he uses Impulse while Yuna is there, then we're in trouble. I'll Sentinel with Waka so that Yuna doesn't get hit. Again, critical. So that's the only problem, because my Yuna hasn't really been leveled at all. She's gonna struggle. So just make sure that you're above half HP before you trigger Impulse, and that you don't have any kind of armor break or anything like that. Otherwise, you're gonna die. If you have Purifying Salts, that can also work. That's also fine. Unless you have Trio of 999, obviously, then you're going to kill yourself, so you need to be careful. So this is what I mean. Already you can notice that he's a lot more difficult than the others, and you do need to be careful with what you're doing. What was I doing? I'm just going to keep using these healing waters. I think 60 should be more than enough to get me through. Again, critical. Always with the damn critical hits. But you can see 3 characters with their max agility and auto haste can still get plenty of turns in before Dark Bahamut. Should have enough turns to heal after Impulse. Actually, maybe not. So I don't want to trigger Impulse now. Okay, now I can let him use Impulse. So obviously the only thing you want to watch out for is getting Impulse and Mega Flare back to back. So you do not want that to happen. So you need to leave yourself enough time to dispel the negative effects and to toss a healing item as well. To be honest, since I'm using Dispel, I might as well mix Trio of 999 actually. Then I can use Prey to heal. It'll make things a little bit quicker. Okay. Alright, good to go. Alright, let's get Union again. Okay, he's already below half HP, so we have more than enough shield Aeons. Yeah, it's a shame because the Maga Sisters can't shield, they won't be able to survive. So, to be honest, if Yuna had done a little bit more work in the monster arena, then to be honest, most of my Aeons could have even survived Mega Flare and let off an attack of their own just for some extra damage. But once you settle into a nice groove, then you should be okay against this guy. As long as you don't take too many outrageous risks, you should be good. But I mean, thank God that they use Impulse as a counter-attack. If it was the case that, you know, when it was Dark Bahamut's turn, it either used a normal attack or Impulse, it was a 50-50 decision, then it would have been nowhere near as difficult, so I guess it's nice. Obviously the only thing that plays in your favour is the predictability, so you need to make sure that you make use of that. Okay, continue to hit it. Okay, Sentinel up. Excellent. Attack Reels still does decent damage, not brilliant, but it can be a nice little boost if you're struggling. I think it's about 250,000 that we can do with it. Maybe a little more, 260, 270. Yeah, so it's not bad. Obviously, let's say you've made a mistake and you don't have enough turns to dispel everyone. Obviously, what you can do is just make sure that you sentinel. So, provided there's not a Mega Flare coming up next, you can always sentinel and make sure that only the sentinel has the negative effects dispelled. So that's what I'll do this time, just to show you guys. So let's dispel Waka. Waka can sentinel, and that way, even though the others have armor break, Waka can keep them safe. And now that we have trio, nice easy healing as well. So yeah, just making use of that kind of stuff, you can even bring the mighty Dark Bahamut under control. Obviously, if you don't use shield Aeons, then it might make things will take a little bit longer and you'll die a bit more often, but the rules don't change as long as you predict what's going to happen next, then you should be fine. Right, let's go. Okay, I'm not going to hit him now because he's going to use Impulse, and then he's going to knock one of my characters out, so now would not be a good time to use it. Now would be a good time to sentinel. Okay. Waka's not going to survive the Impulse, so might as well use Quick Pockets. I have the MP for it. Now shit, the potion's all the way down the bottom. There it is. Okay, Impulse coming up soon. We should have enough turns. And I think this is the last time we'll be seeing Mega Flare. After this we should be able to tank him out. Whoops. Got a bit carried away. And Riku as well, then we can get a couple more attacks in, and then bring in Yuna one last time. Yeah, might as well just quick hit. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and Yuna. So I kind of feel a bit bad for the Aeons using them as meat shields, but you know, that's what you got to do. They had their moment to shine in my Noosphere Grid stuff. Anima and the Mega Sisters especially. I mean, I'm not even bothering to attack with the Aeons because their strength is so low. They'll probably do like 50 damage, so it'll be an absolute joke. I will not have my Aeons be embarrassed in that way. Okay, 4, and I think Impulse is coming next, so I will Sentinel. Yep, protected Una. That's what you're there for, Tidus. And you see, even with 980 HP left, he's still almost hit for max damage there. So again, the power of 255 strength with the celestial weapons. Okay. It'd been funny if they did like the prayer of Yevon when you use the prayer attack. The pray attack anyway. Okay. It's probably like the last impulse I'm going to have to face. Okay. Let me just dispel first. Because I feel like I could. He's only a few turns away from being defeated, but if I'm wrong, then I'm going to get punished. So. And obviously when it's live commentary, you just, you know, it's really annoying when you've done some commentary, you've done like 10-15 minutes of commentary for something, and then you die, and you have to kind of do it all over again. So it's not something I want to do. Okay, I'm going to Sentinel, because if I don't Sentinel and he gets a critical hit, he's going to kill me. So obviously, if you have high enough luck that he won't get critical hits on you, then you won't have to bother with Sentinel. But he's down. There you go. So definite major step up from the other Dark Aeons. Especially at lower stats, I would consider him to be probably the most difficult Dark Aeon. Because that impulse attack. Ooh, 2 Master Spheres, nice. So yeah, those Suncrest people that didn't get it the first time after you defeat Dark Bahamut, I think maybe you'll have to do the stair thing again, but no, you don't. Okay, it'll be here for you, so you should be able to get it. Let's check out that Lionheart. That sounded good. Well, it's not. Bullshit. Another bullshit drop. What the hell is going on? All of the Dark Aeon drops I've had so far have been terrible. I've had a 1 break HP limit with 3 free slots, and that has been it. The rest of the drops have been utter shit. Ugh. Lucky for me, on this save, the one that I'm currently playing on, I haven't defeated the easier Dark Aeons. I loaded up an earlier save to show you guys that. So once I'm done defeating the more difficult ones, I'll have to go back and quickly slaughter the easy Dark Aeons, and then Penance should pop. Okay, so that's Dark Bahamut done. We're going to move on to Dark Yojimbo next.